Support Gloria. At the table, you try to ask Gloria about her life, but your sister dodges your questions. I live, I suffer. I help around the house. I know my place, just like a low-born girl is supposed to. Then keep silent, Gloria. Your brother doesn't care about the affairs of commoners anymore. Instead, why don't you tell us if you made any useful acquaintances, Michael? Our family would benefit from some good connections right now. You have to relate the 4 years you spent in Eternal. Only later that night, when the family is getting ready for bed, do you manage to have a conversation with your sister by the smoldering fireplace? You assure Gloria that your noble title will not come between you. She is still your sister. Gloria casts a wary glance at you. So, your sword and title haven't changed you after all? Give in to her feelings at last. Gloria buries her face in your shoulder. You caress your sister's disheveled locks. I really hope you'll always be my brother, Michael. Mother, Nathan, and I, we all seem to be unwanted in this house. Sir Robert spends all his time at work, so Stefan has been running the household. It's taken a heavy toll on Mother. I can see her losing her will to live. You know, at her age, she might pass away forever and not be reborn. She had to endure a lot before she met Sir Robert, and her illness is consuming her. All Stefan cares about is getting the family noble by the sword. He'd sacrifice anyone for it. I'm worried. The first thing he's going to do is drive me out of the house so I won't taint the Brante family name with my origins. I'm just an obstacle to him, a hindrance. You know, Michael, I'm not sure how much longer I can tolerate this injustice. Times are changing. If I'm lowborn, that doesn't mean I'm going to serve the nobles until my true death. All of the Empire commoners are fighting for their rights. Gloria suddenly cuts herself short. For a long time, you sit in silence, listening to the crackling fireplace. The Brante family is about to face some changing times. Okay. Mhm. Your service as a judge begins today. You get dressed early in the morning, donning a brand new jacket with a cravat and hat. It's an immaculate look, if you dare say so yourself. You head to the prefecture with father. The prefecture moved recently. Now occupies a massive new building of white sandstone in the very center of the Nizotti. The stone statue looms above it, the sword of the young Getween, the divine law that directs world the judgment. All legal disputes in the province are to be resolved here. You and father walk up the marble stairs past the commoners, merchants, and lesser nobles, all petitioners and litigants, huddled by the pillars. Well, now, my son, here you shall begin your service to the empire, in the midst of the great struggle I told you about. If you don't mind a little advice, you will serve under Sir Elborne. Follow my example and stay close to your superior. He is a human of great worth and practically your relative. I walk past the courtroom and up to the second floor. The judges work in their offices and receive petitioners. The corridors are many and narrow, filled with the smell of old papers and sounds of muffled, mumbling voices, and secretaries and gendarmes running to and fro. Father guides you down a corridor and ends with the door to Sir Elborne's office. Michael, it is time for you to stand before the prefect. Remember the friendship between our families. Pinocchio and enter. The spacious, oak-paneled office is not without decoration, yet its adornments are tasteful and elegant rather than garish. The flag of Magra bearing the silver tree hangs on the wall. Behind an imposing desk sits Baron Augustin Elborne, Augustine Alborne. Augustine Alborne, surrounded by papers. His face wears a focused expression you recall from his visits in the past, although it is more wrinkled than you remember. He looks up and his face comes to life. He rises and extends a hand to you. Why, Jan Michael Brante? What a pleasure it is to see you again. I see your years at the capital have turned you into a stately young man. I was told you proved yourself quite capable at the college. The city of Anisotti needs worthy judges who know their craft now more than ever. Allow me to welcome you into service for the good of the empire. I'm sure you already know the basics of judicial work. Serving at the prefecture, however, takes more than finding your way through our laws, although they are quite labyrinthine and contradictory. There is no denying that. Anyway, you look in our province, you will see friction between the estates. Old nobles' blood, new nobles, rich commoners, poor commoners, they all have their legal disputes. And we judges work here to make sure this pot never boils over. If we are too eager to follow the traditions of old and both noble privilege, the common estate will grow desperate and lose all hope for freedom. But if you openly side with the commoners, the nobles' ire will be quick to find us. And so, Judge Brante, I ask you to be wary and wise. Peace, hence by threat in this province. Carefully consider every decision you make at court before rendering your verdict. But first, you need to get accustomed to your new position. You shall begin at once. The prefecture has already assigned you a number of legal proceedings to review and judge. Your office is ready and waiting for you, Sir Brante. The instructions are over. The work begins. You recognize your new office by the brass plate or the door reading, Sir Michael Brante, Judge. You find it rather cramped on the inside, yet still reasonably comfortable. The sturdy desk has all the stationery you need. Behind the desk is a large chair of carved wood. In front of it are several small chairs for petitioners. Heavy curtains hang over the window, worthy openings for the morning light trying to shine through. There are papers on the desk already including instructions, orders, rulings, and all sorts of other prefecture paperwork. You're about to begin when you hear a sudden knock at the door. The source of disturbance turns out to be a stout, smartly dressed nobleman. He greets you with an elegant bow you would not have expected from such a sizable individual. Sir Brante, congratulations on your first day of service. Allow me to introduce myself. Judge Carlo Fockegrappin, a humble servant of the law, like yourself. It is my hope that we will become fast friends. And now, if I may, a word of warning to help your work progress smoothly, as a token of our future friendship. I am aware that Sir Edborn is your immediate superior. As a loyal servant of the Empire, you will, of course, take his word as your guide. Yet, there is no reason to neglect all the other judges at the prefecture, all of whom are noble men of great worth. Their guidance will most certainly aid you as a judge. It will be my pleasure, Sir Brante, to facilitate your introduction to the noble judges of the prefecture as soon as possible. I see glory in your future service to the Empire, yet it certainly cannot hurt to receive reassurance and support when you might need it most. I shall not detain you any longer, but if you wish to make some valuable connections, my office is right across from your own. And now elegant bow from Judge Focky Grubbin, and the door closes. You are alone at your desk once again. The scorching sun is rising on the province behind the window. Today is an important day, the day when you are to take your first steps in your new profession. What will you focus on today? Prepare to deal with your first cases. You carefully prepare for your judicial duties. Get acquainted with the judges. You take Carlo Focke grabbing up on his offer and make several useful acquaintances among the judge of the prefecture. Or ask Fao for advice. We go to Fao to get an inside look at prefecture fairs and see where he stands himself. So, what is your choice?